Hey everybody, Jay Marino here, welcome back. It's the StarCraft 2 Weekly Mutation, joined by Subsaurian.
Howdy, howdy.
This one looks easy.
Yep. Bubble pop, barrier, mineral shield, and time warp. Thankfully, just a nice, smooth one. Jay already played it this week.
Accidentally, me. I played it. I queued up for it. I was looking at what it was in preparation for right now, and then I queued up, and then it was me at I was like level 5 or 4 Artanis, and then there was I had a Dahaka Zweihaka who was like level 12, and we beat it quite easily. So
deep betrayal.
I know. So I won't get that extra XP. We're not gonna get the XP fanfare today.
So before this gets patched out, I do want to run Lone Wolf Tycus on this because holy crap, I just unlocked him. And he is incredibly broken and definitely going to get patched. Because, yeah, if you have... So for those who don't know, if you have, like, no outlaws around you, Tychus just doesn't die. And can one-shot waves with the Shredder Grenade. I don't think the Shredder Grenade damage increase was intentional, but it's there. And it solos most waves. So.
I mean, I don't see why the ability... the ability damage wouldn't have been included in that.
Yeah, but it's to an obscene extent. Like
okay.
Most late game waves just with Tychus
completely roasted. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna mess with that and get my experience. Hopefully that'll get me my last levels that I need.
Cool. Maybe I'll go Artanis, and that'll get me some extra levels. I mean, I'm looking at like my remaining upgrades on Artanis, and it's like Fleet Beacon upgrades. Don't care. Shield Overcharge upgrade and Solar Onslaught, yeah, that's good, but, like, for the most part, other than the Pylons, I have pretty much all the tools for a level 15 Artanis.
And the Pylon's, like, kind of a nice-to-have, but that doesn't really, like, impact your gameplay that much other than you have to keep on talking
resources.
Supply.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like a core tool to his kit.
Yep.
It's just pretty nice. Though his level 2, the Nexus Legate, I've run into a few people playing that, and God, that one is so good.
I'm excited to get to that one, yeah, with the basically Whirlwind and Storm. Does that count for Scarabs, too?
Oh, no. Nexus Legate is when you teleport, when you put down your warp field, all your units travel with it.
Okay.
And apparently it gives them the buff for having just warped in. So.
Oh, solid. Okay, that's great.
I played a bunch of them, and yeah, it was crazy. I felt bad because I didn't know how it worked at first, and I airlifted an Artanis' like big ball out as Nova because I thought I was being nice. And yeah, he got mad.
I realize I don't even have my prestige selected for Artanis, so I'm playing vanilla Artanis, but whatever.
That's not a big deal.
That's because when you start a lot of these commanders, you don't even have access to the abilities needed to utilize the prestige in any way, so I just turn it off, and then I never turn it back on.
Yeah. No, the part also, you're talking about this, part of the reason I wish you could pick is some of them are really good for leveling, and others are not particularly.
Yeah. Exactly.
The Malignant Creep one's a big one, where, well, first 7 levels of Kerrigan, I just don't have anything.
Yeah. Though I have to say, once you do get Malignant Creep, that is extremely good. I mean, you and I had played a few. It's actually, I mean, I understand people, the pros, as it were, they need their Omega Worms, but the Malignant Creep, like, 100% bonus from the Malignant Creep plus Hydra Frenzy, they shoot so fast, like, it's faster than the animation can actually register them shooting. It's crazy.
And there's been a talk about, like, not all of these are made to be like the hyper optimal like speedrun strat, but to also for lower level players, like the Rainer one where it's like, oh, your bio's a lot beefier, but you don't have to worry about mules. That's made for like someone who doesn't really want to have to deal with Rainer's kind of obnoxious macro.
Yeah.
Same with the Nova one where her bio units are just like churn out faster now.
It's just different ways to play and incentivizing you to play in just way, again, like, if you give players the opportunity to, they'll probably optimize the fun out of a game. And I'm not trying to put anyone on blast, because I know a lot of people have fun doing that. But, I think a lot of us, I acknowledge that there are, like, interesting and optimal ways to play, and people have fun doing that. But, like, I view it in the sense of, like, I don't like being given the opportunity to over-optimize. So, I try to avoid it.
I mean, it's always the line of you don't want to like drag your partner down, but in co-op, that's a very low bar. Like you're not usually not gonna.
Exactly.
Like there's some tough mutators maybe, but in normal modes, yeah, not gonna happen all that much.
Yeah.
Good work.
Don't forget mineral shields.
Oh, right.
Engage the enemy. You have not enough.
That I can get behind.
Get an early forge. Wow. Here, go and clear my side out too when you're done.
Yeah, we'll do.
Just you do it all.
It gets obnoxious. I'm gonna put money down. It's gonna get patched tomorrow.
I hope not.
I don't like this.
I think they're even saying like they're gonna do some rebalancing.
Now for the other truck.
It's Terran Air, by the way.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's annoying.
Move out of the blast radius.
Maybe not
Quickly.
for you. Well, it is for you because you don't have detection.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
you will have
that's-
detection, but you know what I mean.
That's gonna be annoying. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Because I can't have detection close by to my.
Exactly. I'll try to have you covered. We'll just try to stay together.
Okay. I'm gonna have a bunch of more minerals,
Nothing
so
to that sector.
I
Now
can
it'll
probably
take
put up
us
some
longer to
turrets.
fire the battle station.
What'd y'all expect?
Why is there no prestige for the
Both of your
Tycus
trucks
turret
have
style?
arrived. Head east and you'll find the sector
Tycus
before
auto
you know
turrets
it.
deal 700% more damage. No
Finally,
downsides.
that's the Tycus.
It's great because you're just out there. You can just keep going crazy. You don't have to like worry about anything.
Yep. There are some downsides of like, yeah, detection's gonna be a bit of a pain, and you just kind of set up Nakira as a like
Research outpost started
healing station.
transferring
Yeah,
data
yeah.
as soon as they
I have
noticed your
medevacs.
presence here. Would you mind taking your truck over?
Yeah, and
These
medevacs.
artifacts will sever the
I mean, this
connection
mission
real
in
quick.
particular can be a little crazy with pushing into the enemy areas, so I can see how that could be a problem.
Enemies sniffed
Yeah,
out
doing
our
this while
base.
leveling was
Let's make 'em
with
regret
one
it.
medevac platform was a massive pain.
Here, I'll send you my
Yes.
truck for that.
Oh, thank you.
Your ally has engaged the enemy. Put your
Oh, yeah, you can get that attack wave.
Your mineral reserves are
Oh,
insufficient.
oh, oh, oh.
Your ally has entered the
I thought
fray.
you were super
Stand
strong.
as one.
I thought I was too.
Your ally requires your aid.
All right.
Oh, right, I need pylons.
Kira.
By the way, the mineral shields get barrier.
You have not
Oh,
enough
do they?
Yeah.
Well, it's not too bad if I just focus auto turret on it. Just means it's going to take a little bit
pylons are
longer.
required.
All right, push in.
It's just an obscene amount of damage.
It's yeah.
Your ally has engaged the
The
enemy.
enemy is
The best
targeting
part
your
is it
truck's
scales
coordinates.
with his
Keep an
upgrades. I'm
eye
pretty
out.
sure. Oh, come on, Ravens.
Oh, did I not get whirlwind? Whoops. The other thing is like you really don't have much money as Artanis without because you have to pay for pylons.
Did it.
Yeah,
Construct's
that's
just
true.
rubble now.
At least you don't have the up cost one.
Done. Bonus objective complete.
I'll,
Thank you.
Hey, thanks.
what the heck is Akira doing here?
She got stuck, I think, probably following one of my units in there.
I love the Akira AI.
Put your harvesters to work.
Yeah, why don't Rainer's medics and Nikara function like campaign Wings of Liberty medics? They're very
That's a good question.
They're very derpy.
It's been an eternal debate because the mixed medevacs also have a separate AI.
Upgrade has been
So,
Yeah, those also act kind of stupid. Yep.
but all of them are in different ways. So it's
cannot board with that location.
Gotta set up my cannons for
Company's
this.
coming to our base, and they do not look too happy.
my mineral income.
Your ally has entered the fray. Stand as one.
Yeah, like I can't afford enough to like continuously defend against stuff.
Bad news, commanders. An attack wave is coming for your truck.
I almost just used solar on this wave.
On this
That'd have
other
been
wave.
so stupid, yeah. I thought about it, but I stopped myself.
actually don't know if Odin gets impacted by Lone Wolf. I have to check that.
It should. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Put your harvesters to work.
Well, it doesn't get the fancy. They give you a nice, cool health bar to show that you're under the effect. Oh, there you go.
I don't know where else was a good spot to really use solar besides in these bases.
Nah, that's a good spot. I'll just leave Nux behind in my defense.
Ah, the good old ghost dying sound.
You have
Yeah. Mineral shields.
your ally has engaged the enemy.
Thanks for taking the lead. I guess that's kind of the point of...
Oh,
Upgrade complete.
would have helped if I
Use of this
and
surge.
Kira decided to follow along, which completely got rid of my buff.
What's the downside? Oh,
what?
ultimate gear's unavailable.
Yeah. Which isn't a huge deal for Tycus because he's still better than when he would have ultimate gear.
Right. Man, I'm still just so short on resources. I've been taking care of my mineral shields. I just...
Oh, I should get turrets on that expansion.
We only have so long to finish off the sectors.
Is that mine? Oh, yeah.
Detecting enemy forces. Templar, prepare to intercept.
The first truck's in place. Get to safety. It's about
Yeah,
to
and you could
blow.
just like always leave one at home to defend. It's really that
Yeah.
easy, I guess.
Your ally requires
Had this
your aid.
described as Lost Vikings mode.
Research
Yeah, pretty much.
That sector's gone. You bought yourselves a little more time, commanders.
Well fought.
Mineral
2 spare
shields.
trucks have been prepped for you. I'm trusting you to get the trucks to this sector.
Alright, I assume we just go for bonus, because this is basically a normal...
not enough
Yeah, exactly. It's like basically like playing a normal thing. Eventually, I'll get actual, more units out. It's just...
That's all good.
No
Mobius
money.
Corps knows we're here, and they're transferring their weapons data from the
I haven't been on
outposts
top
to
of
this
my
battle
mineral
station. If
shields.
you have a chance, steer your truck that way.
Because they actually do
Corrupt
need
the
some of these
data and
upgrades.
stop it from ever being used elsewhere.
Your research has completed. Not all that.
I don't understand. Does barrier... Is it like an actual shield? Or does it just basically absorb the first hit?
Requires
I
your
think, yeah, I think it absorbs the first hit.
Found your truck's
Pretty
By the way,
sure.
the bonus is not up there.
Attack soon.
Oh. Right. 6.2. I'm awake.
I've done that before.
An upgrade has
Well,
been
now we have that
complete.
cleared for when we
Your
need it.
ally has engaged the
Thank
Bags and
God.
get on board.
Oh my god, these spawn waves are the flippin' worst.
There's a reason everyone hates this map.
So we got, what, 7 minutes? Alright, that should be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, mess of trouble is gonna
I'll
land
take
here
care of
on our
this,
base in a
if you want to
hot
just
minute.
keep going.
I can
Bad
have
news,
Nux take care
commanders.
of it.
An
if
attack
you
wave
need.
is coming for your truck.
Okay, well, why don't you just keep pushing and I'll
Yeah,
meet
that
you down there.
requires your aid.
Kira did not follow.
Yep, Nux is, yeah, he's fine.
The
He
enemy
can,
is destroying your probes. You must defend them.
Then I'll clear this out.
Shield our warriors.
Oh, that's annoying.
it's because I left my truck in the base.
Oh.
This comp is not good for me.
No, yeah, I don't...
I guess I should have made Phoenix instead, but here we are.
Complete. Your forces grow.
So it goes.
Your ally has engaged the enemy.
Liberators still do damage.
Oh no, Tycus! Oh god!
Who wants to go for a ride?
Good work.
Jeez.
That's one less construct to deal with.
Well, you got it.
Yep.
Bonus objective completed.
Oh, that's why I don't have my medevac platforms up anymore.
Looks like Amon's minions have found your truck's location. Expect an attack soon.
Alright, now we can push in. So, it's just so strange. Like, you don't want to build a lot of outlaws, just to... Otherwise, you'll, not get the buff. But
Right.
it's just so unintuitive normal Tycus play.
But it works out because because like everything's a little more expensive anyway, so you don't want to build more.
Yeah, exactly. Though you don't have the ultimate gear to really save up for as much.
Intend to eliminate us. Templar, greet them in kind.
Greet them in kind. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to mineral shields. Probably have gotten a few.
Your ally requires your aid.
Take it back, Liberators are the worst.
Yeah, they do suck.
Your ally has entered the fray. Stand as one.
Forward.
I am activating emergency shields.
Not enough. Put your harvesters to work.
Mineral shields. Hey, I remember
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, those like those cripple you so much later on. You like barely notice.
Constructs
Yeah, you don't think about it, but jeez. That economy.
Not enough.
Clock's ticking, everyone.
Oh, and we even got the bonus.
Truck down.
Yep.
Hurry up before it goes up in flames.
Obviously, it's not over yet, but I think we're fine.
I get the I get the distinct feeling.
That we're gonna make it.
No fireworks this time.
Oh my gosh.
No scouts.
He says longingly, no scouts.
Activating the battle station's weapons.
So, would you say Lone Wolf's your favorite
My team
so far that you've been able to play?
This
So,
is the next sector. I can't wait to see
no,
it go
because
up
I
in
know it's
flames.
gonna get nerfed. And the style's pretty fun. I think my favorite's probably Lord of the Horde for Stukov, where you just get like lines of infested. Though I also like his first one, the just lower mech that we were playing. Just
Yeah,
'cause
I like
feel
that too.
That was what he was missing for just mech to be viable.
The enemy moves against us.
What else
We
have
will
we
meet
played?
them head on.
I really want to do Manx because his look really fun. The problem is a lot of the really fun ones are just going to be such a grind, so I can't really say for sure yet.
Your
Sure.
ally has engaged the enemy.
I did like the Banshee one actually, where you can load up infested Banshees, but I feel like it's a little technical in terms of.
You did it.
Yeah.
The construct's
Oh no,
just
next die.
level now.
I'll just buy a new outlaw.
There we go. Okay, we're good.
Oh no, what's been your favorite so far?
I actually I mean, I haven't played that many, but I actually quite liked the Kerrigan Malignant Creep. Again, I have barely played any though, so it's kind of hard for me to say.
He's targeting your
I like
Yeah.
the sound of most of the Stukov ones.
He's been the one I've been moving towards.
A lot of people have talked about being disappointed with Phoenix. Though, like, Phoenix is one where, like, I kind of like the sound of a lot of them. They must just not be very good.
So it turns out, just kind of from what I've seen, it's the opposite, where a lot of people on paper thought, I lost my truck, thought it was going to, like, especially the first one was going to be really bad and, like, really downplayed it, and then it turns out that it's actually really good.
Nice.
You have not enough.
Wait, I mean, it's like 8 times the damage or something crazy. It's nothing to sneeze at.
No, not at all. Like, the numbers itself are big. Like, people, and it's, you see it in Hearthstone, you see it in a lot of things, like, people theory crafting don't end up being reality most of the time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
People were saying,
Your ally requires your aid.
Makes, like, last one's gonna be awful, and then they actually saw the numbers, like, oh, this is actually a really good mastery.
Attack.
The guns as bombs one?
Yeah, where his guns just turn into tactical
Lay
missiles.
siege to your allies.
Yeah, I was wondering, it depends how they function. Is it like Widow Mines, basically?
Yeah. Well, no, it's like it's the same radius and damage of his, like,
Now for the
tactical
other
missiles.
truck.
Oh. Okay, so they don't like launch at things. They just blow up in an area around where the guy dies. Is that
Pretty
right?
sure that's the case, yeah.
Okay. Because the one thing I was thinking of that would make it really good was if it was like Han and Horn or Widow Mines when they get killed. They just shoot like a 40 damage. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah, I'll have to see for myself, but those who have played it have said it's actually, like, it's a very different style, but it is very fun.
Yeah, because you don't have intercessors, so you're not using any top bar.
Yeah, no,
things.
you want your troops to die, so it's not a big deal. Only 2 levels.
Yeah.
Alas.
Well, that was easy enough.
Yep, nice simple one. It means everyone's gonna turn it off. They want us to suffer.
I know. Well, you got that last week for the 10-year anniversary, the perfect time.
Yep. I hope everyone enjoyed our misery.
I turned my Valorous Inspirator back on for my last 3 levels of Artanis.
Oh, yeah, I did that one. It's interesting. I don't know if I like that one, just for the up cost, because it's only really viable for Zealot Archon, or High Templar, I guess. But
Disintegration.
I tried Disintegration. I didn't notice that, like, at least for me, I didn't notice that much of a, like, power boost for it.
That's because Disintegration sucks.
Yeah, that. I used it on Void Launch, which is the one time it's actually not atrocious, and I literally didn't notice a difference. So hopefully that one gets a little bit of a buff, because the up cost on units is just way too much for kind of what little it does.
Yep.
But oh well.
Cool.
I think I'll try that Nexus Legate though, because I got that unlocked. I just haven't tried it yet.
That does look fun. I don't. So what buff do you get when you warp units in? I didn't actually. Is that just something he has naturally, or is that only the mastery?
I think it's only the mastery. It's the one where you hit. And I could be wrong.
Yeah, the speed increases. Yeah.
Yeah, the speed increase, and I think it's attack speed as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And cooldown reduction. Okay.
It gets crazy.
Yeah, that would be really good for like a level 90 plus. It's just leveling it up. You know.
But I mean, even leveling it up, I saw like it's just basically a mobile blob of dragoons that you put anywhere on the map.
Right.
So it seems fun. A lot of these I'm excited to try. Karax is also another one where I just don't want to level him, but I really like
exactly. Karax is a nightmare to level, but all of his actual prestiges look excellent. They look great.
It's been what I've wanted on Karax, especially Templar's apparent. But oh well. I want my combat Karax.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I played with a lot of people who are using that. They seem like they're really enjoying it.
And I've been leveling Stetmann, but I have the fear because I know in the beta his last one would just crash your game if you built certain units. So I don't know if that's still the case.
Well, that one's interesting too because again, his whole build is kind of around recycling. So I'm not sure what builds because like the roach. I don't think do the roach kills count towards infestors. Would that buff all the other roaches that they spawn? Like, what units is that really benefiting? I just don't understand.
So wait, the Oil Baron one,
right? I could just imagine like Mecha Carrier Broodlords or whatever they're called, and Ultralisks, because everything else is dying.
Yeah, those ones crashed the game. Like, was the problem the Mecha Carrier Broodlords? But I mean, I don't know actually. I'd have to try it out. But yeah, I think it's set for a heavy unit build. I could see it easily being great on Ultralisk, especially because of like, just I mean, your Mecha Zerglings are made to be lost in spite of them being also incredibly tanky.
Yeah.
So just anything that works alongside them. Though it's for every combat unit that gets killed, not for ones that you kill or that die on your side in like the normal best oil.
Yeah. Well, I just noticed Mecha Infestors are unavailable, so cancel my thought on that. But yeah, I mean the Zerglings, I guess, by the late game with the Hardened Shield, they can survive. But yeah, I guess Ultralisks are really the only viable usage for this. I guess if it's like an air comp, the Hydras can survive for a while.
Yeah, and the trying to think what else. I mean, yeah, the Banelings recycle themselves. You don't really have much with them. So yeah, it's more the Ultralisk, I guess, Lurkers if you want to do that, but no one really uses them.
His Lurkers are really good. It's just, again, they're like more micro than they're worth, I think.
Yeah, they're niche. Like on Oblivion Express, they're really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they're otherwise it's more micro than they're worth. I still like Mecha Broodlords, but just because they're just fun. They're not particularly great, but they're fun, and this is a fun mode. So I'll build what I want, Mom.
Well, I guess on the note of like more things being more micro than we say they're worth, I guess that's kind of coming at it from the opposite angle where I was saying like, oh, I don't want to overly optimize, but at the same time, some of these are incentivizing you to micro and not optimize per se, but like optimize specific builds, and put in that little extra effort just because you're going to have like a really funny and hilariously overpowered outcome.
Yeah, I think it's encouraged in some cases a lot of comps that you normally wouldn't do, like Stukov's. Two of Stukov's have been fleets for the love of God using Festive Banshees. Please, we're begging you. Kerrigan's case, like Malignant Creep is such a good thing for her, and no one really uses it as much, so it's to encourage creep spread, that kind of stuff. I think it's to like make the stuff that no one really bothered with super viable in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, also like with Raynor and Nova to encourage like. Yeah, this isn't the best, but if you play a movie Raynor, his first one's going to be great for you. Actually, might level that next. That seems pretty fun.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought about just doing it for this week's mutation, just to do it, but then I realized I didn't really have much, because you can't really cram a bunker behind the mineral shields on that map. But it's a very simple, like very basic Raynor that just maximizes, again, newer players or players who just don't know how good mules are. They just don't give a shit. This basically, they lose nothing and gain a ton for like a basic bio build.
Yeah, and it's always been the big contradiction with Raynor and Kerrigan, less so with Artanis, but Raynor and Kerrigan are two of the most technical heroes in the game, while simultaneously being they're supposed to be the introduction of everyone to co-op.
Yep.
Like they're supposed to be the simplest, and they ended up being the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And in low-level play, like when you're playing like casual or normal, they are still the simplest. Like you make Marine, you A move, the map is done. But for when you get to like brutal, it becomes a lot harder than say like Tycus or
agreed. Yeah.
But,
I played with some Zera tools, and Onyxoon is really good.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I need to.
I don't know if you need to be a specific level to use it, but if you can use it at level 1, I think you could very easily you could just start on brutal at level 1, because it works on your ally too. It's really good.
From the look of it, no, because it replaces Void Seeker, and it doesn't look like that's an unlock. So I imagine that's a level 1 thing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'll have to try that. God, so many I want to do.
Yeah.
So little time, because I don't want to reset all of mine, because then it's like, well, we'll hit mutation. It'll be a hard one. I'll have like all of my guys at level 3.
Right, and I feel like I'm trying to maximize the XP gain right now for Ascension levels. I don't know why. I guess those are achievement related. I guess in the grand scheme though, like if I want to level up everything else, it's still XP one way or another.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought. And I'd rather go through I want to use it on the prestige grind rather than the Ascension grind, because the prestige gets me something that I can use.
That's true, and like more helpful stuff for harder mutations.
Yeah, more options.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't add achievements for unlocking all the prestige levels for each commander.
That surprised me too, and especially because of the big push for achievements this patch. I don't know. Because it seems like something that'd be like no one would really complain if you added achievements for that. I mean, heck, they have it for Ascension levels.
Yeah, which is like an unconscionable number of hours to put in to get there.
Yeah, and this is a lot of hours to put in, certainly, to unlock them all, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like they could have easily put those in, and it might have been an extra push for some people to try it out. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to, again, getting some, like, really hard mutators and seeing, like, what prestiges might actually end up being pretty good for them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting seeing the theory crafting, because they're, like, co-op server always do the theory craft before every week, and now we have the extra thing of prestige of, like, what's the best for this week, I love watching those discussions, even though I can't really comment much myself. But now there's an extra layer.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see people who do have that, they find the enjoyment in that optimization, like kind of watching them kind of come up with the solutions it's really entertaining. I like that.
Yeah, so do I. It makes my life easier. Cause
Yep.
I'm here for lore. Why do you expect me to do technical things?
Nice. Well, cool. I guess each week as we continue to prestige a little bit, we could talk a little bit on which ones we find fun and which ones are kind of lame. But
yeah. And probably, we'll probably see some changes over the next few weeks of them, so we'll see. Hopefully,
I think so.
We can probably talk about that next week or whenever we play again.
Sounds good. All right, well, thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you then.
See ya.